Alright, so here we are. First episode of the Dice Throne series that we're going to try to hit there, here and there, so you guys can see some of these characters. As you can see, this is me, this is Mickey. I'm playing the Huntress.
I'm playing the Samurai.
Surprise, surprise.
We're going to tell some stuff about our characters before we begin, so I'm going to put a little link in the thing that you can click to go straight to gameplay if you don't want to hear all this stuff. So.
Okay. So, the Huntress's big, I don't know, lack of a better word, gimmick, whatever, is she has a companion called Nyra. And Nyra, basically, when it's active and bonded with the Huntress, you can distribute the damage that's dealt to you, even undefendable damage, between the companion and herself. So it's basically it can suck up, and there's that's basically the big one. She has a bleed status that you can give to opponents that forces them to roll a die. On a 1 to 4, they're taking a damage. There's only a stack limit of 2, at least as far as I can see so far. And then as we do certain things on the board, I'll explain that. Did I cover everything on mine?
Nyra is your tiger companion.
That's what I said. I said companion, right? It's the first thing I said.
I threw in tiger because people might not have known that it was a tiger.
Oh, okay. So. All right. See the big tiger?
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
All right. I'm the Samurai. My different effects are shame. Stack limit 2. When a player who has shame on them does an attack in their offensive roll phase, you remove the shame to reduce the damage. Honor is spend honor. If I spend 1 honor, I can increase attack by 1. If I spend 2 honor, I increase it by 3. And then backstrike is if I have backstrike on and I take damage during an offensive roll phase, I can spend it to roll a die and deal half the damage rounded up to the person attacking me. And that's about it for the Samurai. He's mostly like go for attacks.
Yeah, pretty much, because he only has a 3-symbol split on his card, whereas the Huntress has 4-symbol splits on their... I said card, I meant this card. Better terminology would have been 3 symbols on the dice. So anyways, it makes that character a little interesting. So anyways,
I don't know if you said that Nyra starts at 5 or not.
Oh yeah, she starts at 5 life, and she has and the tiger has a maximum of 7. So we're gonna roll to see who goes first.
I got a 6.
Looks like Jeb's going first.
All right.
Both draw 4 cards.
I have a passive ability, Bushido. If you are the first player of the game, I gain an honor token. And at the conclusion of my turn, if I use less than 3 rolls during the offensive roll phase, then I get to gain an honor. So I'll be trying to do that. Income phase, since I'm first player, I don't get anything. So I am going to just...
Oh yeah, by the way, if you didn't know, we've already reviewed Dice Throne. So if you have no idea what we're talking about, you need to go watch the first video with the Season 1 characters. It'll show you how to play. We're assuming that you guys just want to see characters at this point.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Alright, so nothing in upkeep. Income, I don't get it since I'm starting. Main phase, I'm skipping. I'm not going to play anything. So I'm going to go to my offensive roll phase. So my first roll.
Oh, good gosh.
I got 4 swords and a rising sun. That could do 6 damage to Mickey. So I think I'll take my second roll as this one. And that did not work out how I wanted it, so I am just going to call it quits after the second roll. And I am going to declare with my 4 katanas, I'm going to do Katana Slice. So 4 katanas is deal 6 damage. So it's going to do 6 damage to Mickey, and since it's normal damage, he gets to roll his defense dice. I guess he gets 3 of them.
Actually, before I do that, I'm going to play this instant to gain Nyra's bond.
Oh.
And then I will roll my defensive die. And I got a swirly and a spear. Swirly heals Nyra 1. And the spear does 1 damage. And now the bond's on, and you're swinging for what?
6.
So I am going to spend Nyra's bond, so now I can spread the damage. Nyra will take 5, and I will take 1. And Jeb goes, wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. Then I'm just going to end my turn. Here you go.
Alright, income, the upkeep phase, nothing to upkeep. Income phase, gain a combat point, draw a card. I'm going to go ahead and spend the combat point for Savage Slash. Choose a player, I'll choose Jeb, and roll 1 die. On a claw or a tiger face, I inflict 2 bleed, otherwise I inflict a bleed. So, Jeb is now bleeding.
And bleed is at the
Start of your upkeep.
At the upkeep
phase.
On my upkeep, I roll a die, and if it's a 1 through 4, I take a damage. If it's a 5 or 6, bleed goes away.
Right. And what was I doing? Oh, this goes away, and then I'll go right into the combat phase now. Lots of swirlies. Yeah, we're going to, unless Jeb has anything he wants to mess with, I'm going to declare Resuscitate, which costs me 2 of the bonded soul symbols. I gain Nyra's bond back, and then I heal Nyra for 3. And then that's my turn. Well, actually, second main phase, I'm going to do nothing, and I'm not going to discard because I'm not above 6, so your turn.
Alright, upkeep phase. Roll for bleed.
Oh my gosh,
Bleed
this is so
gone.
stupid. Unfreaking believable.
Gain a CP. Draw a card.
This is why I don't play games with him. If it was his, if he needed to roll, it would have been, like, nothing. But because it affects me, oh yeah, I'm going to roll 6s all day.
Alright, I am going to... I completely forgot at the end of my last turn, since I didn't do the full rolls, I was supposed to gain an honor. Because I started with 1 honor and then 1 at the end, so... Alright, so I need a sword more than anything, so I'll keep that and re-roll 1. Oh, that actually hurts me, so I will re-roll 1, so I used all my re-rolls, got it. Alright, so I got enough for Solemnity, Inflict Shame, so Shame Mickey, and deal 7 damage, but I'm going to spend these 2 to make it 10 damage.
Alright, I will activate her bond again. So Nyra will take 3 of that. I will take 1. I mean, 7. 1, 7. 2.
And then you get your defensive roll.
Oh yeah, that's also, that's kind of important. Heal 1.
I take 3.
You take 3 damage. Okay, so the claw is if Nyra is active, which she's active. And the active is different than bonded.
Yep.
Bonded is when I have the symbol over here. Active just means that this isn't on 0, because that's Nyra's downed. So she has to rest for a little bit. Okay, so that's the difference there. So Jeb is going to take 3 damage.
I did. And then you healed her.
I did not heal her yet.
You won, right?
Yep, just 1.
And then 2, 4, 5. So I will end my turn.
Alright.
And I do not get an honor because I re-rolled everything.
Alright, and I will go to the income phase because I have no upkeep. And draw a card. It's likely not going to come into play, so I'm just going to chuck that.
You're selling it?
Yep. Selling it for 1. And then we're going to go into combat. Hopefully roll all tiger faces. Or none. Which is almost the same. Are you kidding me? Are you
just
kidding
roll
me?
the same thing? Last roll.
Here's where everything goes to piss. Crap. I'll resuscitate again.
Yep.
So gain the bond and heal 3 over on Nyra. And I will not do anything else.
Right. No upkeep, so income. Gain 1, draw full card. I am going to pay 2 to triple up, draw 3 cards.
Shoot.
Alright, I will roll.
Man, these swords are awful.
Keep the 6, re-roll these.
What? You going for gusto?
Was going to try to, but I guess it's not going to happen.
You got one more roll, right?
I do. Or I can do my Wakizashi.
Your what?
Wakizashi, 2 swords
Oh,
and
yeah.
2 rising
I didn't
sun.
see that one.
Actually, I'm going to go crazy and re-roll these 3.
Didn't get anything.
Oh,
you wanted
the
one
exact
so that you could
same.
change the 2 die. I know what you were doing.
I guess I will pay 1 to do follow through. So this is going to modify my attack. I am going to declare the Wakizashi, but this...
You should probably wait for that unless like as a matter of thing, you should declare the attack, see if I'm going to change, and then do that. Right? I'm not gonna.
No.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because if you like...
Yeah,
yeah. Then it would... You kind of show me the card. You wouldn't spend it, but then I would know that you had it. I'm not doing it. I would just recommend that.
Declare this first. I'll get in the habit of doing that. So declare Wakizashi attack.
I'm not changing anything.
Then I'm going to pay the 1 for follow through. So I get to roll 5 dice, and any swords increase damage, and it inflicts a shame.
1 sword, nice.
Oh, are you kidding me? Where was that roll?
I can't believe you just rolled that.
I know. So you got the shame, and it is now doing 4 undefendable damage, and I get a back strike.
And I will activate the bond, and Nyra will take all 4 for me. That's nice of her. You good?
Main phase 2, I'm going to spend 1 CP to get 2 honor.
Oh, really?
Yep. Now I'm
This
done.
is a tough matchup for me. Alright, I am playing her a little bit better this time though. Alright, combat point 1.
Well, seeing as how Nyra has taken almost all the damage.
Well, that's kind of the point. I'm gonna spend 2, see if this pays off. Upgrade animalistic.
Ooh.
Did I draw a card? Yes, I did. I will go ahead into the combat phase. I can catch a break. That's the same thing I was dealing with last time. But I guess I'm just gonna... I'll roll this just because I can.
get a 2.
That was what I had before. I'll roll the last one. And
Got the 3.
ooh, nothing with 4 claws though.
No.
All right, so I'll
Savage.
declare savage. You doing anything to anything?
Nope.
Oh, you can't.
Nope.
Unless you have a 0 card.
Alright.
All right, so savage is going off. It's going to deal 4 damage, and I roll 1 die. And on the spear, it adds an extra damage.
So 5?
5
plus 2 for
damage.
Since Nyra is active, all his attacks gain 2.
Right.
So that's 7 total.
Yes.
Minus the 2 from the
5.
shame. So 5 to me. And I get to defend.
Evidently.
And I can do the back strike as well. So I'll do the defend first. Or do
I think so.
I don't think it'll matter too much, but so 2 katanas make 2 damage, and this prevents 1 damage. So 4 damage to me.
And 2 damage to me.
And then the back strike's gonna go off. So I get rid of the token, and I roll 1 die. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So 1 damage off a back strike.
Second main phase. Nothing.
Alright, gain 1. Oop. I went to 15 CP.
This isn't good.
I am
It's not good. There's going to be lots of damage coming through this time. This is awful.
I will sell this to get 1 CP. And then now I will go into my attack phase.
Well, that's a pretty good start.
So second roll, just these 2.
Piss.
That doesn't do
Oh,
anything.
that's not the right thing. Oh, that's awful. That's awful all the way around for you right now.
I am going to go for broke, I think.
Go for broke. Do it. You know you want to.
Actually, that gives me my
Yes,
Wakizashi.
it does.
Well, I guess I'll settle with that. Oh, it's undefendable? Then I am going to spend a CP. Declaring Wakizashi. Are you doing anything?
I don't think I can. Can't.
Alright, I am going to spend 1 to do Gishi, which is an attack modifier. I roll 1 die. On the sword, it adds 2 damage.
Oh, good gosh.
So Wakizashi gives me the back strike. It is 3 normally, but this adds 2, so 5. And then these
8.
make 3, so 8. And it's all undefendable.
Should have brought the cat back. Anything in the second main phase?
I think that's it for me.
Alright. Combat point. Card.
And I used up all my rolls, so I don't get the honor.
Attack phase. Me with the teeth again. I spend 1 point. Samesies. Change the value of one of your dice to be identical to the value of another one in your dice. Actually, yeah. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. I'm not doing anything right now.
Right. 6 damage.
Alright, I am going to spend 1 CP. Ooh, no. Yeah, no. I will do the backstrike, but I'm also going to do my defense roll, so let's do defense roll.
1 damage.
1 damage for the katana, and the rising suns prevent 2 damage each.
You're gonna watch. People are gonna see a freaking table flip. It's so crap.
So I take 2 damage.
Are you effing kidding me?
And the backstrike is 5 divided by 2, 2.5, up 3 damage to you.
Here you go.
Draw. Go into roll phase. Almost. Alright, I will pay 1 for tip it. Increase or decrease any die by 1 value. So I'll tip this 2 to a 3. That gives me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a large straight. And I can use Masamune. So deal 7 damage and roll 4 dice. Add 1, depending on what I get.
Wait,
so I'm gonna.
we'll read the rest of it. I don't know what it does.
Alright, so 7 damage, 4 dice. On the dice, if I get, it'll add 1 damage per sword. Inflict 1 times the helmet shame. And on any rising suns, gain backstrike. Ow.
So I want you to have this. How many rolls do you have left?
That was my first roll.
Okay, so you have all of them left. So that's a 2. That's a now a sun. Is that the? I shouldn't change to another sun. You not having another symbol really hurts messing with your dice a lot. I guess trying to mess with this straight is a better idea. I guess this one. I'll put that to the 1. I guess that's what I'll do. Dude, I can't take that much in a row.
Oh,
You're already crushing me. I see the 1 turn. I tried 2 turns in a row not to mess with the bond, and I guess I just can't do that with this character.
I'll re-roll these.
But this one has a chance, and I'm like...
So the my second roll.
Jeez.
Alright, that can let me do Wakizashi,
Yeah.
so I'll declare that.
Mm.
Any changes?
I got none.
Alright, so I gain backstrike and deal 3 undefendable damage. And then at the end of my turn, I gain an honor because I only did 2 of the 3 rolls.
Gain a point. Draw a card. Back phase. I guess that's the best thing to do. I'm going to resuscitate.
Okay. So it heals her
3.
3 and you gain the bond.
Nothing in second main phase.
Gain 1, draw a card. For 6. Attack phase. He's not liking my rolls. I got enough for Solemnity. So I inflict a shame and deal 7 damage, which I can make 8 with an honor.
Okay. Spend 1. Not this time.
Oh.
Walk 6 of that.
Okay.
So take 2.
And I think that's going to be it for me.
1. Gain a card. Attack phase. Piss.
You got it.
Yeah, I got... what?
Feral instinct?
Yeah, I did. But...
Yeah.
It's 4 damage compared to 4 damage, so it's no reason not to take it, is there? Since this one's undefendable.
Right.
Alright. That's what I'll do.
Okay, I can use backstrike on it.
Well, you're not... Yeah, it's not rolling a die.
Just wanted to make sure, though. Alright, so you said 4 damage. So, undefendable, I don't roll defense, but I will use backstrike. So, 1 damage back at you. And I take 4.
You take 3.
Take 3. Is that everything?
I think so.
Go up. Draw a card. Right. Offensive time. Wow. Mickey hates me today.
Did you get it again?
I got a large straight.
Okay.
So that's the 7 damage and roll 4 dice.
I got nothing to mess with it at this point.
Alright, so I'll declare it and then I'll roll these 4. So 1 per sword, so that's 10. And that inflicts a shame.
So 10 coming at me?
Yep.
Alright, so I'll activate the bond. Nyra takes 3, and I will take 7. What?
Oh, I didn't see the cost on what I was looking at.
No. Can I go?
No, I got 7 cards, so I got to get rid of 1.
You gotta sell one.
Well, I got main phase 2, so I'm gonna pay 2 to make Hagakure into Hagakure 2, and I gain Haga. And then at the end of my turn, since I didn't do all my rerolls, I gain an honor. That's it for me.
I don't know why I'm just rolling because I haven't done anything yet. Combat point card. Yeah, why not? Just in case. I got nothing better to do. 0. Upgrade onslaught. Hope for the best.
I didn't realize you didn't have a large straight inherent on your board.
I do. Right there.
Oh.
I'll hope for the best. Nothing in the second main phase.
Gain 1, draw a card. Attack phase.
Oh, good gosh, dude. You have such good odds of hitting like ridiculous stuff every single time.
I'll pay the 2. So wild, change the value of any 1 die.
I mean, I guess what I'm supposed to do is what I did at the beginning of the game. Just sit there and try to wear you down because you have no healing.
Right. But,
That's the only thing I can think of, because I can continuously heal this and bring it back over and hope to get in little plucks of undefendable at a time.
Yeah, because I don't, when you focus on attacking, then...
As soon as I attack once, then you come in with a 7, 8 plus attack every time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's coming at me again, probably, in just a second.
Yep. So, Solemnity.
Yep.
And it inflicts a shame and 7 damage, which I'll just leave it at 7.
I wonder if I forgot to roll defense one time. I feel like you did that one earlier and I didn't. Anyways.
That could be a possibility.
Well, you'll catch it on the video. If it's no
Yeah.
big deal if you didn't. I get the idea. All right, I will. Well, I'll do defense first.
Yep.
3 die. 2 swirlies heal Nyra, so that's at 6. And a tooth does. She is active, so you take 2. And then I will do the bond. How many are coming at me?
7.
I will activate that. So she'll take 5, and I'll take 2.
And then at the end of my turn, I will sell 2 cards. Or main phase 2, sell 2 cards.
Okay.
And I get an honor for not re-rolling all of them.
Did you get that on roll 1 or roll 2?
It was roll 1, but then I modified 1.
I gotcha. 1 combat point, 1 card. Combat phase. Ooh, almost a large straight.
I was going to say.
Will Jeb let me keep it?
Oh. That was on your first roll?
Yep.
And what does large straight do?
You get 2 bleed, deal 8 damage, which would be reduced by 2, plus whatever you swing on your defense, because it's not undefendable.
Yeah, I'll let it go through.
Alright, so Jeb takes 2 bleeds. He takes 8 damage minus these 2, which ends up being 6.
Plus her.
So back up to 8.
Yep.
Forgot about that.
And then I roll defense.
And you roll defense, and I get slapped in the face.
You take 2.
And you block
and
1.
I block 1, so I'm at 7. And I can play this card.
Wow.
Pay 1 to prevent 6. So I take 1 damage.
And that's probably the end for me, because I didn't bring the tiger back in. That's definitely feeling like that's the way. Because we were like within 4 points of each other at
In the last one, yeah. Or,
no, I mean
in
in
the beginning
this,
of this one, yeah.
until I just like didn't bring it back one time.
Alright, so
That's a big deal too. When I don't know if I ever forgot to roll for it, because this has such a good chance of healing and plucking away.
I think if you forgot it, it was only once. But
No, I just feel like I did one time. That's all.
alright, so upkeep of my phase, I got to roll for bleeds.
Is that undefendable?
What?
You're straight, large.
Nope.
I did. No, but I mean, I think there was a time where I did
that one that I did.
So anyways, what's that for?
Bleed, so I get rid of 1, but then I take 1 damage.
Yeah.
And then I draw in a CP. I will pay 2 CP. Oh, no. I will do that later. I will go into my attack phase.
Ooh. Do you have the 2?
No!
You spent it?
I don't have enough money. I should have sold.
Oh, you should have sold. And you have the card to switch 2 dice?
Yeah.
Hey, dumbass.
I messed up big time.
Yeah, you did. That would have been so much. How many do you deal on that one? 13?
13, yeah.
Yeah, that's game.
Well,
Probably still going to be game.
I'll roll these as my last one. Alright.
So
I do have a thing for 3. Or I could do the Wakizashi. This is gain an honor, inflict 2 shame, and deal 2 undefendable. Or I could just deal 2 undefendable and get backstrike. So I'm going to do this one.
that does deal 3.
So 3 undefendable plus 3 more.
So I take 6.
Gain backstrike. I'm so stupid.
Could have had your
looked.
ultimate and
I
you
know.
didn't.
And then I think that's going to be it for me.
You guys could have seen the ultimate on screen, and Jeb's a dummy. Jeb is a dummy.
Yeah, I am.
I'll just roll. Hope I can stay in this thing. Not with 4, though, I don't think. You know, if I would have rolled all tigers, I would have had a chance. 2 of those, 2 of those. It doesn't bring anything into the game for me. Nothing. I just roll them all. Yeah, let's go for the ultimate. So bad. Well, I can try to stay in with that. That's the best I can do.
I go.
Yeah.
Roll for bleed.
Unreal!
Gain 1. Draw a card. I am going to sell 1. Make it a 4, but then I'm going to spend this 1 afterwards to go back down to 3 to draw 2 cards. Alright, roll time. That would deal 6 damage, but you got the bond on. So I'm going to keep the 6 and re-roll these. Probably not smart. Last roll. One short. So I am going to have to play a card because I don't think that combination does anything. So I pay 3 to do change up to 2 values.
Oh, you had to... that's the one you had to use to fix it? Wow.
Yeah.
Can you finish the game, though? Changing 2?
Yeah, I think maybe. Or it'll hurt you a good amount. So I'll change these to 6s.
Okay.
And then this is Hagakure 2, 4 Rising Suns, gain an honor, gain backstrike, I already have it, inflict 2 shame, and then deal 7 undefendable damage.
But you can bump now that you have that, right?
Yes.
Is that the way tokens... That's why it's in the order, right?
I believe
you can
so,
use them.
yeah.
I think it specifically says, like, on the monk, he has to wait.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, so I'll bump it to 8 undefendable.
That's game.
No, because the tiger
Well, I
only has
can't...
4.
And none of... Even if I do this, the only way I can do it is to heal her, and you said it's undefendable,
Right.
so I don't get this roll. And if I
Tiger's
take that
at
to
4,
0,
you're at 4.
I take that to
So that's
0,
enough to win.
and that's enough to win.
All right.
And like I said, because we're not doing reviews or anything on this.
Yeah.
I thought that using this character was cool. I don't like I'd like to be able to play a little more offense. It's very hard, at least against the samurai, to do that because he's all offense. And if you noticed, as long as I kept going back and forth, I stayed in the game. And that's probably what I was supposed to do, and then just hope to chip away with the defensive rolls and, basically on rolls where I didn't have to use the bond or whatever, maybe hope, and then rely on cards. Because I didn't see a lot of the cards in here. There's a 0 one that says pounce for roll 5 dice for an attack modifier. There was another one in here that I thought was pretty interesting. Here's another attack modifier one that could have done stuff. There's a getting paid card. We've seen that before, though. There's a totally heal Nyra one on 3 dice. That's cheap. 1 championship point, or combat point, rather. And yeah, so there was a couple cards in here that would have been nice to see play, and I'm guessing that like I said, I think that's more how I should have played it, not let down my guard at all with the companion. What do you think of your character, Jim?
I liked him a lot. I mean, he's a samurai, of course, but one of the things that I've noticed when playing him is his passive gets him that honor, so I would try not to do the 3 rolls every turn. I think in our first game we played, I kept getting it every time, but in the recorded one, there were times where I rolled all 3. But
I feel like that's almost, for that character, though, that in a lot of ways, it's like, I mean, it's so easy, because if you remember that I said at the beginning that Jeb's dice split.
I only have 3 symbols.
Compared to, I think most of the, I don't know that for sure, it's been so long since I pulled the other box out, but I feel like most of them are most characters are a 4 symbol split, and having the 3 symbol splits, he was able to roll those swords and the samurai helmets, or whatever they are.
Yeah. Between the Wakizashi and Solemnity, I was able to get those pretty often.
I mean, at least they didn't make those, well, the top one is, but it's not a great deal. At least the bottom one, it's regular damage, so it can be dealt with a little bit. It does help that there is a mechanic here, because the cat can take undefendable damage, which is nice. Again, it was very weird watching Jeb, like, hi, I have a ton of swords, I have a ton of swords, I have a ton of swords. And again, that's why I probably should have held back, but I don't know, when you're playing a game like this, it's really hard not to want to...
Right.
I don't feel like this is a chess game where I should be defensive all the time or whatever.
Yeah.
But you really do. I, personally, this is only the first game with the Huntress. I feel like it's a cautious character. It is a level 5 on the complexity track. I can see why Jeb's is a level 3, because it's almost like just come out, slam, and hope for the best.
The strategy I saw for him is pretty much try to use your honor on your undefendable stuff.
Yep.
Because a lot of his stuff is defendable, but it's all high damage. So just try to get the normal stuff and gain honor, and then
if it's a close game, unless you disagree, I would almost say try to hold those honors too, because spending one at a time and waiting for just one more is going to give you 3.
Right.
Whereas, like that, if you think about it, you're actually gaining 1 damage rather than doing it one at a time, because every other turn you get to do 3 damage instead of every turn doing 1 damage, so you could actually make out a little bit. But anyways,
and the shame on the opponents also helps with, I think shame's the only way that he kind of heals, except for his defensive, and then the backstrike is like, you always want to have that on because it's extra damage. So
it's not usually a ton, though. I mean, the max the backstrike's going to do is a 3, so that's not horrible. The horrible part about it is that it's outside of all the other damage.
Yep.
So that kind of, that part kind of sucks a little bit. I think the way the cat's worded, that if there was enough, you could soak up the back damage too, the back strike.
I think you'd have to spend your bond to do that, though.
Well, once you spend the bond, because I have to do, that comes after your attack.
This is you attacking me, I use backstrike.
Oh, so, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that doesn't, I mean, I guess I could, but that'd be...
Right.
It could be a game saver, basically, if I was down to 3 left or whatever. But I still think...
the Huntress is like a lot of balancing act with the bond.
It is.
Keeping... I mean...
It didn't help that my bleeding never hurt Jeb at all. 1 damage through the whole game.
That was because I was rolling hot on the bleed.
I know.
I never do
crazy.
that.
5s and 6s all the time. I mean, you're only... I don't know what the odds are on rolling a 5 and a 6 each time, whatever that comes out to be. It's less than 50%, and he hit it multiple times. That's why I almost wasn't even looking at bleed. I guess the only other thing I would say is I almost wish there was maybe 1 more slot over here, and maybe it is with an upgrade that got the bond back with some damage. Because this is no damage, just get the bond back. This one's really nice, but it's not a ton of damage. This one is risky because it's a roll of die, and only if you get it. And then this is just heal, and this is just heal, and this is just heal. So not awful, but in terms of... And I think there's one card in the deck that just automatically puts it on.
And I think the only thing that we didn't see with yours is when Nyra takes all the damage and goes to 0, you flip her, and then her ability is during the player's upkeep phase, they increase her health by 1. So that's the slow recovery that makes
So it's basically the tiger's laying down taking a nap until it's back up. I don't ever see anybody doing that except on a gigantic hit.
Right.
Like, I'm at full 7, I know I'm going to get it back, I can go for healing the next turn. Maybe I even should have utilized it once, it would have been a couple points here and there. I mean,
hard to
if
say.
you get this, it is, I mean, it does,
Her being active,
if I do get Resuscitate, you know,
brings it
that's...
back faster, yeah.
Well, that's 3 health, and you get one at the beginning of your turn.
Right.
You're 1 away from it coming back. You know, you get a defensive roll or something. But, all that being said, I think that's situational, and I don't think that that's a... I think keeping this thing alive through the whole game with the Samurai is probably the way to go. So,
yeah, because you get the +2 damage.
the +2 damage
I mean,
is
that's
huge,
so
too.
good.
It's really... and I don't know, Jeb will have to make sure that we remembered that every time, too. I don't feel like I was swinging for a whole lot. Not that it would have made a difference with the gap between the damage, but I think 2 really distinct asymmetrical characters again in this game, and it's just fun every time we play, even though I was a little irritated about the way that Jeb was rolling hot and I was rolling awful, but you know, it comes with the territory in a game like this. So there's those 2, and then I guess unless we get any requests, we'll just randomly do 2 more in the next episode, and eventually after we play all these, maybe we'll try to get some season 2 against season 1 and see how
throw some mixes in.
how they turned out. Maybe Monk against Samurai.
Ooh.